Okay, I'm not sure what he's referring to. You don't have a client, you said?
Yes, Your Honor. We don't have contact with our defendant.
Okay. Is this case set for trial?
It is set for trial
It's set for trial when?
July the 21st, I believe.
Okay, and the plaintiff needs or is requesting additional discovery that the court ordered, is what I'm being told. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. We filed a motion. Court signed it on May 31st, giving a deadline of yesterday.
Okay. What did you say, ma'am?
Oh, no, I was just saying that as an officer of the court, we have answered the discovery to the best of our ability, considering the circumstances of not being able to be in contact with our client.
All right. Well, what does the plaintiff's lawyer want to do?
If we could get a continuance, Your Honor, we intend to file a motion since nothing was produced to us yesterday.
All right. It shouldn't be a terribly lengthy continuance. Like 60 days give you enough time to.
Yes, and if we need to, we could, of course, come back and request another continuance.
All right. Defense of any opposition to that request?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, can you just move this down and continue this for 60 days?
Yes, sir. I will send the notice out.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to discuss on this case?
Not at this time from the plaintiff.
Not for me, Your Honor.
Okay, you all are dismissed. Thank you. This will be 60 days. Okay, what's the next one we have lawyers ready on?
Judge, we can go on to Mr. Martinez.
Mr. Martinez is which one?
It's going to be for the case number 2022 TCV 0577.
Okay, Katie Jo Munoz versus Timothy Eugene Myers. I think it's that case. All right, we'll call 2022 DCV 0577. Could we have the announcements, please?
Morning, Judge Mauricio Martinez on behalf of the defense for Timothy Eugene Myers, standing in for defense counsel Ms. Yvonne Rosa. She's presently in trial in Bexar County.
And Robert Rios for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Okay, this case is set for a final civil pretrial conference. So why don't you all tell me where you're at on this case?
So they recently took the deposition of my client. We have talked about getting a mediation scheduled. In fact, we were going to get that set with Mr. Daniel Hernandez, who I see is on our Zoom call. So we had exchanged some dates trying to get that done before trial. So I think that's the last thing that we need to get accomplished before being ready to go next month. But from the plaintiff side, otherwise, we're ready to go.
Defense is also ready to go.
Judge, I'll mirror that announcement. From my limited knowledge of the file, I understand that I think it is ready to go. Obviously, if this court has mandatory mediation prior to trial, then we have about 5 weeks left. I don't know how Mr. Rios's schedule is going to be looking, if we'll be able to meet our deadlines or if there will be a short push. But other than that, Judge, I believe the file's ready.
Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do is keep that trial setting. Hopefully you can get to mediation within less than 5 weeks. If for some reason you cannot and you get closer to that deadline, then you can ask for a continuance. But I think let's try and get this accomplished within the next 5 weeks. And if you're successful in mediation, great. If you're not, you got a trial setting.
All right. Very good.
Do, Judge.
Anything else we need to discuss on this case?
No, Judge, I just wanted to verify that Mr. Rios did get notice. I think it was just filed at the end of last week. There's a notice of new counsel, and this case was being transferred to Ms. Yvonne Rosa. Just wanted to verify.
I did receive that.
Wonderful. Just in case you need to send something over, make sure the right attorney's getting that email.
Okay. Good luck with your
Right.
mediation efforts.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge.
That'll take care of that one. Do we have any others ready to go?
Yes, Judge, we have Borshaw.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Borshaw.
Okay, Mr. Borsha. It looks like this is the Lizette Vasquez case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. We have several other attorneys representing multiple defendants that are in on the case as well.
I have a notation that a motion for continuance was filed. I'm not sure by whom. Is that your motion?
It's a joint motion, Your Honor. Mr. Hernandez's office actually took the lead on preparing that, but we've all joined in that motion together.
Okay, and how much of a continuance are you all requesting?
Your Honor, I think we need quite a bit more time. This is a case not only involving multiple defendants and quite a bit of discovery that we need to do in depositions, which we've already started to schedule. It's also a case of extensive damages involving an amputated leg. So there's a lot that we still need to go through. I would not defer, but I would welcome the comments of the defense attorneys. We're certainly not ready to go to trial in August, which is when our current setting is. I would say summer of 2024 would probably be most appropriate in order for us to complete all of the discovery, including all the depositions, and get the case hopefully mediated before having to go to trial.
Does everybody agree that you need that much time, a year?
I think so, Your Honor. I represent, so this is Dan Hernandez, Your Honor. I represent Clemmy, the defendant Clemmy in this case. We have just exchanged written discovery. One of the other issues we had in the case was an outstanding party that was not served. And in fact, at least in the last few months, was served. And in fact, there took some time to locate the witness as well. This involves multiple parties. It involves a premises issue where we have ownership, management of the property, et cetera, involved. So I think it will take some time, Judge. And I think that next summer might be probably very appropriate. So, because I'm booked until May of next year, Judge. So that'll also help me to get my docket going.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
This is Kim Norvell for defendant Valero Marketing and Supply Company, and I agree with the statements about when I believe this case can be ready for trial.
Good morning, Judge. Ray Benavides here on behalf of Fabens Oil Company. And likewise, Your Honor, we're in agreement. And looking at the calendar, my last current trial setting in summer is June 3rd, and pretty booked for the other months. So mid to late June or thereafter is something that I would propose if there's no objection to that.
It sounds like that's what everybody's asking for. I
Yes.
mean,
Right,
it is a 2021 case.
It is, Your Honor. And as Mr. Hernandez stated, there were some impediments to getting going in earnest on discovery, but now that we're doing that, I think we're all on board and committed to moving this case forward as expeditiously as possible. There's just so much involved. It's very rare, at least for me, to come in and request a continuance this long. But if there's ever an instance where I think that was merited, it's this one.
Okay, you all have unanimously told me that, and nobody is disagreeing with you. So I agree with you that it's an awful long continuance, but I will believe you lawyers. Mr. Hernandez, can we give them a trial setting in basically June of 2024?
Your Honor, June 14, 2024 is available for the court.
Let's lock it in.
Let's lock it in.
Okay.
That is good for us, Judge.
All right, you'll send out that notice. Good
Yes,
luck
sir.
with all your discovery work. Okay,
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Judge. Are we excused?
yes, y'all are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
You too.
Okay, which is the next one we have ready to go?
Okay, Judge, the next one would be Mr. Nunez. That's on page 1.
Mr. Nunez on
From
page
top.
1. Let me see
Yes,
if I
sir.
can find.
Case numbers 2021 DCV 2965.
I don't have that on page 1.
It's the second from the top, sir.
Oh, wait, I do. Rebecca Madrid, Administrator versus Allstate, Texas. Okay, yeah, let's call that case 2021 DCV 2965. Could we have the announcements?
Sebastian Nunez here on behalf of defendant. Judge, I don't believe plaintiff's counsel is on. I just did want to update the court that we have settled this case. We're in the process of preparing the Rule 11 and the settlement agreement and release, and we should have that filed by end of day.
Okay, well, if you got it settled, we'll consider it settled. Go ahead and get the paperwork in as quickly as you can.
Well, then, thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Okay, that takes care of that one. What's the next one we got?
Okay, sir. The next one should be on page 3. It's going to be case number 2022 DCV 0889. Mr. Perry.
Okay, this is Maria Brisaida Avado versus F&A Border Transport,
That's
LLC. 2022 DCV 0889. Could we have the announcements of counsel, please?
Your Honor, it's Perry Zivley, and I'm the current attorney of record for plaintiffs.
Is there anybody here for the defense?
I don't believe so. I think it's an unopposed motion to withdraw.
You are the person wishing to withdraw?
Yes, Your Honor. And since we filed the motion to withdraw, another lawyer has entered an appearance for the plaintiff. So it's no longer withdrawal and the plaintiff will be pro se. It's now a withdrawal and a substitution. And the attorney of record, James Tawney, has entered an appearance as looks like the beginning of this month, June 1st, Your Honor. And so what I did is I had my paralegal send Ms. Hernandez a revised order in Word that just, that changed it from a substitution and the plaintiff is going to be pro se to a withdrawal. And here are the attorneys that have substituted in for the plaintiff.
Okay. Well, I don't see any reason not to grant your motion if she's got new lawyers.
That's correct.
And you want out, I'll let you out. So, Ms. Hernandez, just bring me the order on that one and I'll sign it. You did submit a proposed order?
Well, we just this morning, we emailed revised that they don't like it when you file orders without motions. So we filed an order with the motion back, when we originally filed it, that says circumstances have changed. So we emailed a Word version of the new order to Ms. Hernandez.
Okay. It should get to me, I would think. And assuming it does, I'll sign it.
Okay.
If there are some sort of snags with it getting filed and printed and to me, follow up and make sure I get it, but I will sign it when I get it.
Okay.
So you can consider yourself out.
Okay.
But let's make sure we get everything signed that needs to be signed.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you very
All right.
much.
Thank you.
Excused?
You are excused. Yes.
Have a good day.
You too. All right. What's the next one?
The next one, Judge, on the corner of the docket, we have 2 for 10:15, but I don't see them on here on Zoom. But we do also have one, Ashley Cedillo, scheduled for 10:30, and she is on Zoom right now, currently on Zoom right now, Judge.
Okay,
It's on page 4.
yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay, we'll go ahead and call that case. It is 2021 DCV 3174. Luis Perez versus Darm Carriers et al. Could we have the announcements of counsel, please?
Ashley Cedillo on behalf of the plaintiff, Your Honor. There is no defense counsel on this case yet.
Okay, it is set for a status conference. Why don't you tell me what the status of this case is?
Your Honor, at this time, we were actually moving for a no answer default judgment against one of the defendants. We submitted the motion. I just checked on the filing while the motion was submitted back in May. They didn't submit the order. We don't have any email address or way to get a hold of the defendant. We know that he has been properly served, but he has not done a response. No one has answered since the defendant has not tendered to the insurance company regarding this case. So we are asking for a no answer default judgment in this case. As I mentioned, we don't have any email address or phone numbers to it, and I don't think the court has one either. So there is concerns about the defendant at least getting notice of this hearing in order for it to apply with proper default judgment rules.
I mean, what I am looking at is just a printout of what is scheduled for me.
Yes.
And that motion is not on my printout. The only thing this printout says is a status conference.
And
so I think what you should do is try to get a setting for your motion for default. And as soon as you get that, hopefully it can be heard. And you know, if the status is the same and you're entitled to a default, you're entitled to a default.
Thank you. Is there any chance that I can get a status setting for the default judgment today?
There is a chance. I mean, why don't you go ahead and try? And if we get everything filed and in front of me, I'm going to be here. I've got stuff in the afternoon also.
Okay.
So,
or I can at least get a setting so that way we can then try to.
I think without question, you can get a setting. I'm not sure that setting can be today.
Understandable, Judge, and respectful. We'll ask for a setting at least 2-3 weeks out.
Okay. All right. We should be able to accommodate that, I would think.
Yes. Mr. Motorpool, do you have anything available in the next 2 to 3 weeks?
I think Mr. Hernandez would be the person.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm so sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Adillo, I can set it the 28th of June, or is that too soon?
We can do what time?
10:15.
We can do that, ma'am.
Okay, I'll send you the notice.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. I do see Mr. Tawney on, and I'm not sure if we may have already heard that case. There was a motion to withdraw, and the lawyer wanting to withdraw said he was withdrawing because your firm had come in.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And I said to him, that was the case we heard right before this last one, and I told him I would sign his order so that he is out, you all are in. Is that what you were here for today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it is when that gets to me, which I assume will be at some point today, I will sign it so you and your firm are the attorneys of record in that case.
Thank you, Judge. Nice to see you. I appreciate it.
You bet. Good to see you. Okay, I see Mr. Copeland is here. He had 2 or 3 on, so let's see if we can call those.
Page 3, sir.
Hi, Judge William Copeland. We're here.
Okay, these are 2 different cases. Actually, it's the same case. 2022 DCV 1577, Mountain View Baptist Church versus Rafael Hernandez and Ala Vista Advertising. And there is it looks like a motion to dismiss for want of prosecution and a status conference. So, Mr. Copeland, tell me what's going on this case, please.
Judge, not getting too deeply into the facts of the case, Ala Vista is a sign company, and Mountain View Baptist Church hired Rafael Hernandez and Ala Vista to erect a sign on the lawn so they could advertise their services and the date that the services begin and like such matters. During the COVID shutdown, and the Immigration Service would not allow foreign nationals into our country, mainly Mr. Hernandez was not allowed to come into the country for about 1.5 years, 2 years, according to the workers at Ala Vista Sign Company Advertising. And so we could not get him served. Judge Perez very kindly allowed me additional time from our last status to get him served I don't know if the court can read this, but this is the affidavit of attempts. And I probably should have emailed it to the court. And it's signed by Bianca Aragon, stating the various times that she attempted to go out and serve. It's been signed since March. I should have filed for substitute of service by this date. I represented to Ms. Perez that I would do it by this hearing, and I did not get it done. I'd gotten behind on some other work. I would ask the judge not to dismiss the case. There's no statute of limitations. I would just have to refile it and pay another $350. But then I'd have to pay this process server to go out and make efforts to make service, and then she'd have to sign another one of these. Could the court kindly, no one's prejudiced, give me another 30 days to get this done?
Is there any opposition?
No,
Is anybody here to oppose this?
no one's filed any answers. We're now trying to get him served. We believe he's allowed to come back into the country. We think he's a resident alien. His employees had told us not allowed to come from Juarez into El Paso, but now he is. Those restrictions, I believe, have been lifted.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
This case has been set for a status 4 times, and that's the reason why Judge Perez set the DWAP. She said this would be the last time she set it for a status. I'm sorry.
Can we just set it for a dismissal, not a status? And if he's served, then that takes care of the dismissal.
Yeah, I am going to be kind here, and we will set it for a dismissal hearing. Within, let's get it set. And it sounds to me like Judge Perez wants something to happen, or else she intends to dismiss it. And I understand the predicament. If somebody is not physically here, it's going to be hard to get them served and move your case.
Over the age of 16, and that's just likely to give him notice of a pending lawsuit, as is a El Paso newspaper that
probably more likely
not likely to be read. Judge, again, thank you for the great judicial demeanor you've exhibited to me today.
That is to thank me. Thank you so much.
Even if you dismissed this case, you would have smiled and exhibited
hard work on these cases.
I'll get the substitution going. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All
God
right.
bless.
Which are the next ones we have ready to go?
Have Mr. Alfiero, page 4, top.
Okay, let's call that case. That is Eduardo Canales versus Isaac Arroyos and et al. 2022 DCV 0998. Could we have the announcements on this case?
Good morning, Your Honor. John Alfiero for the plaintiff. I don't know if Mr. Dickey is.
I don't see a box with his name on it. Is anybody in the waiting room?
No, Judge.
You're a few minutes ahead of schedule.
Yeah, this one is actually set for 10:30, not
10:30, Judge.
10. Yeah, well, it's only like a little bit after 10:20 right now. If you just wait, we'll wait till 10:30, give him time. He may be getting on any minute. Do we have anybody else ready to talk to?
No, Judge.
Okay, we will just, have we done all the ones we're supposed to except for this one with Mr. Dickey and Mr. Alfiero?
Correct, Judge.
Okay, we'll just take a very short recess, and hopefully he'll get on pretty quickly.
Yes, sir.
If not, I'll come back on at 10:30.
Okay, sir.
All right, I'm going to just leave the screen on, and I'm not even going to
Yes, sir.
do anything else.
Ms. Rainey, which case number are you here for?
Hello, I am here for number 2022 DCV 0889.
0889.
Maria Brazetia Navarro Ubaldo.
Oh, okay. The judge already had spoken to the attorney on that. As a matter of fact, he'll come back on here at 10:30. But he was already, they talked about the unopposed motion to withdraw from that.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. They already talked about the motion,
The motion to withdraw. Correct.
Okay. Well, and I'm sorry, I was a little confused. It looked like another law firm had filed an entry of appearance. So is the court going to just deny their motion to, or I guess grant their motion to withdraw and then let the other attorney substitute in?
Ms. Rainey, good morning. It's Myrna, the coordinator. Yes, Judge Speasney granted that motion to withdraw.
Okay.
Good morning, I'm on. Yes, a motion to withdraw was orally granted. The paper should be coming into me. It is my understanding that Mr. Tawney and his law firm are coming in, and I allowed that to happen. So there are different lawyers for the plaintiff, right, as of today.
Yes, sir. Okay, that's very good.
All right, thank you. And we're just waiting, I think, on one more case or possibly two more cases.
That's correct, Judge.
And I apologize for being late and logging in, but may I be excused at this time, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you. You are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, we're still waiting on Mr. Dickey.
That is correct, Judge.
And I think that's the last one for the morning. I'm not sure. No, we got some more 10:30.
We have two more, Judge.
Yeah, is anybody here for the ones we got?
Not the one, no, sir.
All right. Well, let's wait at 10:30. We'll start calling those cases. I've got 10:26 right now.
Okay, Judge.
All right. All right, I've got 10:30. Do we have anybody available?
I just had Ms. Canales come in with that same case, Your Honor.
Which case is that one?
The one that we just were pending, Digny. Ms. Canales,
Good morning.
Is
I'm
she
here
here?
on behalf of Mr. Dickey.
there you go.
Okay, so we're ready to go. So this one is 2022 DCV 0998. Eduardo Canales versus Isaac Arroyos et al. Could we have the announcements, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. John Alfiero from Love Law Firm for the plaintiff.
Cynthia Canales on behalf of the defendants, Your Honor.
This case is set for a status conference, so why don't y'all tell me what the status of this case is?
Judge, the status is we've got depositions set for July 13th of plaintiff and the defendant Isaac. Isaac was driving, really, I'm searching for insurance coverage. It seems like he was driving a friend's car, so hopefully his deposition, I can see where there's no police report, so where he got the vehicle and where I may be able to find some coverage. So I may be amending after that deposition, though.
All right. Is this set for trial? Is it?
No.
All right. So you're still in the discovery stage.
Yes.
Doesn't sound like there's anything I need to rule on or address. Is that correct, Ms. Canales?
That's correct, Your Honor. And Mr. Dickey got in on this case on March 20th of this year. I know it's a 2022 case, but he barely entered his appearance in March.
Okay. Well, I'll urge you all to just continue working and doing what discovery you need to get done and try and move it along as quickly as you can.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. You all are excused.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Do we have any others ready?
No, Judge. Nobody else has been up that we have here on the docket.
There was, I think we called them off? Or is there one we haven't done yet? For the morning.
For the morning, the only two pending, Judge, is the ones on page 5.
Let's see who the lawyers are on those. See somebody in the waiting room. That's Carrillo versus a lot of people. And then I think that writ of habeas corpus with Mr. Gutierrez is going away. We kind of talked about that yesterday. That person has been indicted, and I don't think there's anything to hear on that case now.
Right, that's taken care of, Judge.
So the only one we have is the deceptive trade practice case. Is anybody here for that one?
Ms. Garcia?
Yes, I see Ms. Garcia. I think you may be muted.
Ms.
Good
Garcia?
morning.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. This is cause number 2121 DCV 4254. Martha Carrillo and Jerome Overstreet versus Integrated Life Improvement Services et al.
No.
2021 DCV 4254. Could we have the announcements, please?
I don't think that's my case number, Judge.
No.
Did I get this one wrong? Which one are you here on?
I'm here on Cisco Homes.
On which one?
I represent Cisco Homes, but there's 2 other defendants.
You already addressed that, Judge.
Oh, which one was that?
Oh, okay.
It's on page 4, Your Honor, on the top page.
Canales? Yes, Cisco Homes with Mr. Dickey. Yes, they indicated discovery is still ongoing. They're going to be taking some additional depositions, and based on what comes out in that discovery, there may be some amendments to some of the pleadings. And I just urged everyone to proceed expeditiously with the discovery.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
So that's as much as happened on that one.
May I be excused?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so I guess on the other one that I called on the deceptive trade practice case, there is no one appearing. Is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
And notice of this hearing was set to everybody.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it looks like there was, what was set in front of me today was a dismissal for want of prosecution. And if no one is here to oppose it, I think I probably will sign that order. Did whoever requested that file an order to dismiss?
Yep.
It's the plaintiff's attorney, Judge.
Okay, and there is an order. I mean, there's a motion to dismiss for want of prosecution and a proposed order.
I will find an order, Judge. I need to look for that.
Okay, well, if you find it, I'll sign it. If somebody calls in late saying, oh, I'm sorry, I missed this hearing or whatever, let me know. And we'll figure out what we'll do if that happens. But if that doesn't happen by the end of the day, I'll go ahead and sign this order.
Yes, sir.
All right, I think that covers the morning. So is that correct?
Yes,
There's
sir.
nothing else pending for the morning? All
No,
right.
That's it, sir.
Okay, thank you.
And Judge,
Yes,
just to let you know, those 3 o'clock listed cases, they've already been taken care of. So you don't need to worry about the 3 p.m. It's
So
only
I'm-
the tax court.
oh, there is a tax court docket.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen that. What time does that one start?
It starts at 1:30 and it's a 2-page docket. I'll have that ready for you.
Okay, so I'll be here for that one then. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave.